Somebody recently asked me, what's the best way to read tarot cards? Well, there's no specific way to read tarot cards, but what I will say, if you want to get the bang for your buck, you want to use your intuition. To go off of what you've read in books or to memorize what you've seen on YouTube, this is doing your client, your family member, or customer a disservice. Because when they come to you, they want something authentic. I know for some of you viewers that you've been to certain readers before that gave you a reading and it was vague. You said to yourself, this is not giving me any details. Now, I know you've also been to readers that gave you details that only you could have known. And usually in situations like this, you are usually surprised and amazed, because the difference between the two is one is going off of memory and the other is going off of intuition, what the spirit reveals to them. See, when you're going off of spirit, you're going to get information that only the client knows, or only that client's family knows, or friends knows. When you go to a reader at times, when you are dealing with someone who is clairvoyant or clairaudient, they come with information that's usually of a surprise. I'm going to give you an example. Years ago, I did a reading for someone, and this had to be about 20 years ago. This individual came to me, and I did a reading, and I heard a voice in my head. And while I was doing the reading, I said to the person, "Do you know this individual?" He said, "No, I don't." About a day later, he calls my phone up with let's just say, he calls me up, and it's like the emotions were on him. He was, how can I say this? He was, I can't say excited, because excited would be a bad word to use for the moment. But let's just say that he was a little antsy. He was a little hot. He was surprised because the name that I gave him was the name of an individual that was dealing with his girlfriend at the time behind his back. And he did not even know until the woman confessed that the name was someone that she was cheating on him with. So this is the difference between what you read in a book and what you get off from a video, because what you read in a book is not going to give you the description of an individual. It's not going to give you a name. See, when you're dealing with things from the spirit, you're going to see it's a totally different ball game from memory. But in actuality, there is no exact way to read tarot cards. But if anything, it would be good to know both. Understand what comes from the intuition and what comes from what you've learned. Because cards in reality are patterns. Each card gives you an episode. See, before there was a scribe, there was the one who could see. And this individual who saw would tell what he saw, what he perceived, and the scribe would sit next to him and jot these things down. So this is how cards came about, because someone who had the gift of sight was the one giving the information of what they saw when this pattern came about. And those who didn't see took notes. And this is what led into the readers who go off of memory rather than intuition.